Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yasha Allah. This is your boy, Brother Shem Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called The Elect Delivered. Right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right? And the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days. A mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to all you Akim out there laboring on the highways and hedges and on the unicorn, which is this internet, pushing this 100% doctrine, this 100% truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom. All right. Like I said, today's lesson is going to be called The Elect. But honestly, it's kind of like a parallel, right? You have the how the way Babylon is going to go down. Babylon is going to go down as like a woman in travail, as a woman giving birth, right? And the children of Israel, or I should say the elect, you know, they're going to be delivered out of this destruction, right? Out of this destruction, like, and at that moment, that same moment, we're going to be changed, we're going to be reborn, so to say, right? So it's like we're going to be born out of, this, because the majority of Babylon will be the majority of the elect will come out of Babylon, right? But they're going to be delivered, as like a woman giving birth, right? So through this tribulation and stuff that's going through Babylon, the elect are going to be delivered through that, right? I just want to kind of talk about it, right? So I had the here's the definition of delivered. I put delivered and it just gave me deliver, right? This is what's going to happen to the elect, right? It says to bring and hand over to the proper recipient or address, right? So that you ultimately understand that the elect are going to be handed over to who? To Yahawashi, right? Because Yahawashi is coming to deliver, the elect, right? Of you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you of the diaspora, right? Who look like these other nations, but your lineage actually comes from Jacob, right? Those of the elect of Israel, right? Those are going to be delivered. They're going to be basically handed over, right, to Yahawashi, right, as the bride. Okay, and this is a beautiful thing. I love how the scriptures, um they they parallel like parables and the sayings, right? And when you kind of take a deeper, so I just remember I was thinking about this the other day, and I just didn't know how to kind of put it into play. And I'm Lord's will, I'm trying to put it to play so you have an understanding, of what's going on. But ultimately, the elect are going to be delivered, you know, uh, as when a woman is when she gives birth, what does she do? She delivers a child, right? And especially out of the destruction of Babylon, right? Since this is the main focus, right? Guess what? Out of the midst of Babylon, out of this whore, are going to be delivered, right? The elect, and they're going to be, when they come out, they're going to be reborn. They're going to be born, with those incorruptible bodies. We just gonna kind of go over it, So Lord's will, I'm trying to give you the understanding so you can follow me, of what's going on. So let's start with the book of Psalm, right? Psalm 78. And let's get that real quick. All right. So um, we'll go to verse 2. And I will utter dark sayings of old. All right. So these scriptures are made of dark parables, you know, parables and dark sayings, right? So you got to have that spiritual mindset to kind of understand, and it's the beautiful thing about these scriptures is every time you read, you read and reread, you just peel back another layer, another meaning. Like, man, I read that all this time and I didn't understand that. So when I was reading, I was just thinking about it, like, man, hold on, um, you know, Yahawah Shai likens, these times that are coming as a woman in travail, right? When you think about Babylon, right? The plagues are going to come upon her as a woman in travail, right? But then in the meantime, uh, the elect are going to be delivered, right? And you think about, when a woman goes to the hospital, she has a baby, right, in the delivery room, right? They call it, and it's the same, and it's just like, man, how about Shimon Shai put this whole story together, right? It's just, man, it's far beyond our thinking, and just as we piece little pieces together, you just be like, man, you just be amazed at all of it, right? So understanding that these scriptures are like a dark saying and a dark parable, you know. Um, but let's kind of get into it, right? So um matter of fact, let's go to this one, right? This is our second 16, and we're gonna start verse number 37. Actually, we'll go start up at the beginning and then we'll jump down, right? So it's second Ezra chapter 16. And Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, right? And now Babylon is this place, America, is known as Babylon, Babylon the Great, daughter of Babylon, right? Spiritual Sodom and Egypt, right? So it says, girl, your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand, right? And the Lord is prophesying the destruction of this place, man. That Babylon is falling. This place is is going down, right? And this place was likened to a virgin, right? Let's get that real quick. Let's go to I got a lot of little precepts in here, Lord, so I can get through all of them. Yeah, right. Um, Isaiah, and this is 47, verse number 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit in the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for there shall no more be called tender and delicate." Right. So this place was, this, and come to find out, this virgin is actually a whore. Right. Babylon is actually a whore. Right. It let any and everybody. Right. So let's read it. It says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg uncovered, yea, thou will not meet thee as a mere man. He's coming in his, super power body, we'll just put it like that, right? But America, right, which is known as the daughter of Babylon, right? This place has many names, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, like I said, but this is supposed to be it's the daughter of Babylon, okay? And Babylon just means confusion. And this is that place of confusion, you know? when John the Revelator saw, he saw like a woman, dressed in scarlet clothing, and he marveled at her, right? But he didn't know that she was filthy, she was a whore. All right, but this place is, they liken it as like um a virgin, right? And when you go into the law, right? The lock here. Go into the law. It talks about Deuteronomy, right? 22, right? And when you look up, right, it says laws of morality, right? It says, let's start up a little bit. It says, if a man take a wife and go in into her and hate her, right? This is verse 13, and give occasion of speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, right? That she wasn't a virgin, right? And we see that Babylon is likened to a virgin, right? But ultimately she's a whore, right? So it says, um, let's just jump down to the point. It says, verse 20, it says, but if this thing not the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of the city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she have wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. All right. And this place is going to be, basically was set up, to show us what evil is, man. Right. And we've seen the atrocities and the evil that this place, has. Right. And the scriptures say that it's going to become even more evil. Right. But this place was ultimately set up as an example, of what not to be. Okay. So, and if she's found not to be a virgin, right, you're supposed to take her and stone her, right? And those stones are going to be those ICBM missiles, right, that are going to hit this place. They're going to be like rocks, core, right? Let's go to Leviticus, right? Leviticus 21, right? Leviticus chapter, daughter of any priest, if she profane herself, she shall be burnt with fire, right? And this place is going to be burnt with fire, right? This place is utterly going to be destroyed, right? This place is going to be utterly destroyed and burned with fire, okay? Because this place is likened unto a whore, right? Let's get that real quick. Revelation 17, right? Revelation 17, 18, so you kind of get the reigneth over the kings of the earth. And that great city is talking about Babylon, right? America, right? Right? She's that great whore, right? And the whore, her judgment, right, is going to be, when we read verse 16, it says, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, right? Because guess what? These nations, even these nations who she's, cool with right now, right? The EU, right? The European unions, right? These nations that she has these, they have this kind of pact. Guess what? The Lord's going to put in the spirit upon them to hate this whore too, right? Along with the other nations like Russia, right? Gog, right? And Persia, Iran, I believe that's what they are, right? And these other nations, that are already against this place, they're going to be shooting these arrows, which are these ICBM missiles, right? These thermonuclear, with thermonuclear warheads on them, right? And they're going to destroy this whore by fire. Okay, So that's what's coming to her, right? Says, and shall burn her with fire, right? That fire is talking about those icy beam missiles, right? That's going to turn, like John the Revelator saw, he saw, what it looked like a lake of fire, because the whole Babylon is going to be on fire from all the missiles, right? When you read the book of Jeremiah and Isaiah, you know, that none shall miss their mark. These arrows are going to hit this place and utterly destroy this place. All right. And it's going to destroy it, right? And ultimately at this point, the plagues are going to continue to come upon this place. All right. So when we go back, let's go back to you know, Second Ezra 16, right? And we're gonna jump down, right? That said, woe be unto thee, right? When you read the book of Revelation 18, it talks about how for when 1 hour this place will be utterly destroyed. All right, this place is going to be utterly destroyed within 1 hour. But guess what? The coming up to it, this woman is going to be like a woman in travail. So a woman who is pregnant, and right now she's having contractions, right? So let's read this. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. With 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right? So, and we see that happening now, right? You had the different things. You had Iran and Israel, going at it, right? And then it kind of just slows down a little bit, right? Then it's going to pick back up again, right? You had the worker strike, right? At the ports, right? You had that revving up, right? And it's like a contraction, right? But the contractions, they don't they relax after a while, right? But the closer and closer we get, these things are going to start getting closer and closer and closer to each other, right? The contractions are going to come quicker and quicker upon each other. That's how these plagues are going to be. So we see how these plagues right now, they're being like contractions. They're starting, you're like, uh-oh, and then all of a sudden they'll relax, and then they're going to pick up again. They're going to continue to pick up, right, until this place is utterly destroyed. Okay, and when this place is utterly destroyed, at that same moment, the elect are going to be delivered out of Babylon. Okay, at the same time as this place is going to be likened unto a woman, giving birth. At that same moment, guess what? The elect are going to be delivered out of this place. Okay, they're going to be delivered out of this place, right? So let's get this. We read with deliverance to hand over to, right? They're going to be handed over to who? Yahawashi, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right. So this is Luke. We'll start at verse 67, right? Pius, right? It says, was filled with the Holy Ghost, or the Rawchaa Qadash, and prophesied, saying, blessed be Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Most High Power of Israel, for he have visited and redeemed his people. He have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. It says, and he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, right? Because right now we are in the land of our captivity. We are, like it said, we're in the belly of the beast, right? We are in the belly of this whore, and guess what? Right now, what are the prophets doing? You know how when you have when a woman is pregnant, you'll see her belly moving. The baby is kicking and moving around. Guess what? Through the Spirit, the elect are in the belly of this whore, and what we're doing, we're prophesying. So we're making the whore uncomfortable, right? Her belly is moving around, right? Because we're going out here, we're prophesying the destruction of this place, the utter destruction of this place. All right. And to the point where, the baby wants out, right? And who are the baby? They're going to be the elect. They want out. And guess what? At that moment, guess what? Yahawah is going to deliver them, right? Like a doctor delivered the baby out of the woman's stomach. Okay. So it says that we should be saved from our enemies. Right now, we are in the land of our enemies, right in the belly of our enemies, right? It says, and from the hand of all that hate us, right? And that's starting with Esau, right? The top banking family, those elites, who want to do this new world order and do all this different things, right? And they're trying to keep us trapped inside the belly. They're trying to keep, us from being rebirthed. Ultimately, when you think about it, they want to keep us inside. And no, it's not going to happen, But it says that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the land of our enemies might serve him without fear. Right? And that's what's happening, man. Right? The elect are going to be delivered, out of the hand of our enemies. Right? And we said what delivered? To hand over to the rightful person, right? That rightful owner, right? Which is Yahawashi, the elect, right? The Lord says, for my elect's sake, what happened with Moses, he told the Pharaoh to let his people go so that they could go and worship, the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi, all right? And he wouldn't do it, right? So the Lord had to stretch out his hand and deliver, the children of Israel out of their hands, right? And in that same time, it's liking them to the same thing. Right here, this is Micah, right? 4 and 10. And when you look at it, it says peaceful later days, right? And it says, Micah chapter 4, verse 1, it says, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahawah shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. Right? It's talking about the kingdom of heaven. It's going to come. It's going to be the elite. There's not going to be anything above. There's not going to be a Gog and Magog trying to, or Slack. There's no Gog and Magog, but Gog trying to overthrow us at that point. Right? The scriptures say that the saints of Yahawah shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom even forever and ever. Right? It's not going to be none of that. All right. But when you jump down to verse 10, it says, here we go. Verse 9, it says, now, why doest thou cry aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. It says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail, right? So as a woman in travail, and going into labor, right? Guess what? The elect are going to be delivered out of this place. Okay. It says, for now thou shalt go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon, right? And right now we are here in modern day Babylon. And it says, there thou shalt be delivered. There Yahawah Bahasham shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies, right? So we went into this land. We went into the belly of the whore, and now we have to be delivered out of Babylon. We have to be delivered, out of this travailing woman, right? Who's going through these contractions and pains, right? Why? Because she's holding the children of Israel hostage, right? We are yet this day in our captivity. All right. So as the same way, it's just and I just what I'm trying to get to is you get the whole point. You have the parallel. You have, Babylon going and being destroyed as a woman, and there's accounts in the scriptures where women gave birth and died during childbirth. Matter of fact, what is that? Samuel. Here we go. Salakia. Salakia. This thing be just doing what it want to do. I think I had it in the NLT. Yeah. Here we go. And this is Eli's daughter, NLT law. The wife of Pharnes was pregnant and near her time of delivery when she heard that the ark of the Most High had been captured and that her father-in-law and husband were dead. She went into labor and gave birth. It says she died in childbirth, but before she passed away, the midwives tried to encourage her. Don't be afraid, they said, you have a baby boy. But she did not answer nor pay attention to them. She named the child Ichabat, which means, where is the glory? For she said, Israel's glory is gone. She named him this because the ark of the Most High had been captured and because her father-in-law and husband were dead, right? So, but through childbirth, she died, right? So guess what? Through the birth of the nation of Israel being brought back, guess what? This place, Babylon, is going to die, right? It's prophesied, When you think about it, this place during the deliverance of the children of Israel, this place is going to die, right? During that childbirth, during that delivery, of the elect. Okay, this place is going to be destroyed, right? And it's going to be destroyed by fire, right, and by stone, right, by those ICBM missiles, man, right, and Yahawashi and their chariots and the weapons and the angels, right, and the chariots are these so-called UFOs, right? They're going to be destroying this place and making sure that this place is utterly destroyed, right? But at that time, you know, the elect will be delivered out of this place. All right. And when you think about it, let's get this real quick. Matthew, right? We'll start at the glorious return. Matthew chapter 24 and verse number 29, right? And of those days shall the sun be darkened and the moon shall not give her light. The stars shall fall from heaven and the powers of heaven shall be shaken, right? It says, this is that time when those missiles is hitting and all this stuff. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and with great glory, right? And he's coming in that huge chariot that looks like a mountain, right? That stone that is coming to crush this place, Babylon, all right? And the whore, all right? It says, and he shall send his angel with a great, he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from one end of heaven to the other, right? So the angels are going to be gathering the elect, from the four corners of the earth, right? But we know a lot of them are going to be here in Babylon, and those are going to be delivered, right? It's going to be that delivery, of the children, right? Which are the elect, right? The elect are those who are chosen, to be delivered out of this place, because not all Israel is going to be delivered, in this time. 2/3 of our people here in Babylon are going to die. 2/3 of you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're not going to make it through this pregnancy, this child, this birthing, okay? But the elect are going to be delivered out of this place. All right, they're going to be delivered. All right. Um, and that's why Yahawashi said that you had to be reborn, man. Right now, we're in that womb, when that the fetus in the womb right now. When you think about it, this is John chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, Yahawashi answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Right? You cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. You won't be able to enter into the chariots unless you are, what does that say? It says flesh and blood cannot enter, right, into the kingdom, right? Because then, right, at the same time, what is that? Let's get that real quick. I'm about to paraphrase it. Let me just read it. This is 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery, right? And those are talking about those who have died in Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? For have been martyrs for this thing, right? In a moment, in the twinkle of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, right? So in the twinkling of an eye, guess what? The elect are going to be changed, and they're going to be changed into that new body, that incorruptible body, right? It says, but this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. All right. So at the same time, this whore is being is dying in childbirth, right? Through these plagues and these different things, the elect are being transformed and reborn into their new incorruptible bodies, right? The elect, right? They're being transformed, right, into that new estate. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this right. So the elect, right, are going to be born, out of this place, right? And while the elect are being delivered, right, this place and 2/3 of our people here in Babylon, they're going to be destroyed, right? This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, right? Because it was set up for 2/3 of our people here in Babylon to be destroyed, right? And to not make it here, right? To die here in this birth pain of tribulation, all right, and destruction here in Babylon, right? But the elect, they will obtain it, right? Because it was given to them when you read the book of Ephesians, from the foundations of the earth. They were already predestined to make it, all right? They were going to be predestined to be delivered, all right? To be handed over to, let's get that. They were predestined to be to bring and hand over to the proper recipient or person, right? Which is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi at the end of the day. They were already chosen from the beginning. All right. So the elect are going to be delivered. They're going to be handed over to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. 2/3 of our people here in Babylon are going to be destroyed, right? Along with the whore. She's going to be destroyed like as a woman in travail, a woman giving child and through childbirth. All right. She's not going to make it. All right. And that's according to the prophecies. So I just wanted to do this quick lesson. Lord's will, you kind of follow me and you understood, kind of where I'm going, right? If you got any good precepts, anything, please drop them, in the comments, But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Kohola Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom, right? To the 144,000 men. And to the rest of the elect, stay diligent, stay focused, right? Keep praying for one another, right? And it's just a beautiful thing how Yahawah Shai puts these scriptures together, and the way this whole thing comes together like a puzzle, and as you keep reading, you kind of keep getting a little deep. You're like, man, that's, man, they're going to be delivered. Like, it's going to be like it's a big delivery room. And guess what? you know, the whore is not going to make it. Babylon's not going to make it through this childbirth, right? But the elect are. The elect are going to make it, and they're going to be changed into their glorious state, through your power and spirit, Yahawah Shemel Shai. All right. And with that, I want to say, Shalom.